Hello guys, welcome. Today let's learn about friction. What is friction? The force which opposes the relative motion between the two surfaces in contact is known as friction. In the figure, you can see an object having a mass or weight is placed on a surface and the force is applied and the friction is acting opposite to the applied force and the motion of that object is opposite to the friction, that is, the friction is resisting, means opposing the body to move. Depending on the surface, it varies. Now let's see why friction occurs. Friction occurs due to the surface irregularities of two objects in contact. You can see the surface here having irregularities, that is, it's having different kinds of shapes or ups and downs. Now let's see the factors affecting the friction. The main factor which affects the friction is the nature of the surface, that is, how hard or how smooth the surface is. If the surface is smooth, it have lesser irregularities, hence the less friction. If the surface is rough, it has more irregularities, hence more friction. For example, a marble. Interesting fact, when we rub our hands, we feel warm. Because of rubbing, friction is produced, and due to friction, heat is produced. Now let us learn the different types of friction. There are 4 types of friction: static friction, sliding friction, rolling friction, and fluid friction. Let's learn one by one now. Static friction. Static friction acts on an object when they are resting on the surface. In the figure, you can see an object is placed and we have written no motion there, means the object is stationary. It is not moving even after applying force and a friction. Sliding friction. Friction that acts on a body when they are sliding over a surface. Sliding friction is weaker than a static friction. Example, Santa's sleigh. We might have seen a Santa's sleigh, right? It occurs due to sliding friction. It can move. Rolling friction. The friction that acts on the objects when they are rolling over a surface. Rolling friction is much weaker than static or sliding friction. Example, a ball rolling on the surface is due to rolling friction. Fluid friction. Friction that acts on the objects that are moving through a fluid. Drag is a kind of friction force exerted by the fluid which opposes the motion of the fluid. You can see a swimmer swimming over here. It is due to friction force. It opposes friction as a friend and a foe. We might have wondered friction is helpful for us or it's an enemy. Let us see what it does. Friction as a friend. As a friend, it allows us to grip and catch any object. It also helps us in walking comfortably on the floor without slipping. It also helps us to minimize the speed or to stop any moving object. It also helps us in writing. Now let us move forward and see what it does as a foe or enemy. Friction as a foe, it causes wear and tears in the object. Due to wear and tear, it causes the loss of the object, and for that repairing we need more money, and also it reduces the speed of moving objects, so more force is required. You can see to push an object we need greater force when the friction is more. It produces hurdles in moving. Question of the day: which type of friction can we see when we walk on ice or during skating? Let us know the answer by commenting. Hope you have learned about friction, causes of friction, types of friction with examples, and friction as a friend and a foe. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe Gyan Galaxies for more videos.